get ready. I am going to be answering so many nutrition questions that have been sent to me today. So if you're struggling with weight loss, boredom, eating, snacking, munching, whatever it is, and you want some answers to some questions, keep tuned in. Now I'm going to make sure now that I share my video and link below as well ways that you can work with me and find out even more things to do with nutrition. I'm just going to add my link there. Hi, Caroline. So I'm just going to get stuck into the questions now and answer. Number one, I get stuck with protein of no idea how much I need. So people are going to need various different amounts and it all depends on your goal. Now, not knowing what your goal is right now, I'm going to assume that it is to do with weight loss because that is what most people come to me for. Now, what I would recommend, and you can work this out, is 1.2 to 1.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Okay, so how heavy or how light you are would depend on how much you have. Now, protein is something that is essential in our diet along with fat, okay? Carbs aren't, but do not ever mistake that for not needing them because we do need them. They will give us fiber. They are our body's preferred source of energy. And in addition to that, totally delicious. And anybody that tells you shouldn't be eating carbs needs to be slapped across the face with a bagel. Anyway, so when it comes to protein, 1.2 to 1.8 grams. Reasons for this is because protein is a very satisfying food. So when you eat it, you will be feeling fuller for longer. It takes a little bit longer to digest. So again, when you're dieting, you're going to feel as satisfied as possible from your food because ultimately that's what we want. We should never be scared of food. We should never be forbidding certain foods. We should never be having certain foods that shouldn't be part of our lifestyle or that we are avoiding them because we're too scared to eat them because we're scared it's going to make us put on weight. This is a strategy that we work on in the Life Transformer program of actually eating foods that you're scared of in a certain system to help you overcome this. So again, if you want more support with that, you just got to let me know. So that is that. Now, to put it into perspective for you, that would be having a source of protein at breakfast, lunch and dinner and alongside your snacks. And you should then hit that without having to go down the meticulous route of counting and weighing and measuring absolutely everything you eat because it is very time consuming and I know that everybody is busy. I am a much bigger fan of non-tracking methods when it comes to how we eat and being flexible with our eating than going down the meticulous avenue. However, I think it's very useful when people are learning all about nutrition. Okay, so how to work out how much protein you need. 1.2 to 1.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight and spread it throughout your day. What percentage of protein to carbs or fruit to veg is best per day? So this is just irrelevant. Don't even worry about it. Again, I'm going to assume now that this question is in relation to weight loss. So when it comes to weight loss, remember these in this order. Thank you for the love hearts, whoever that is. And you can share more and you can hit that share button because right now everybody's in lockdown and they need help with their nutrition. So hit the share button, let your friends know about this because they will all learn something. Okay, so what percentage of protein to carbs or fruit to veg is best per day? What is best per day if you are looking for weight loss? Number one, always remember this. Number one is your calories. So it really does not matter what those calories are split up of. It's just the calories in total. Okay, now there will be strategies of paying attention to how you split your macronutrients, which is your protein, your carbs and your fats, of making sure that you get balance of your meals and feeling as full as possible. Because as an example now, which I'm not recommending, but I'm giving you an example of what could happen. I could say to you, eat 2,000 calories. So somebody might go, amazing, I'm going to eat 2,000 calories of toast and Twixes and maybe have a gin and tonic on top because I like to have a drink. So yes, you can get under the calories on that and lose some weight, but it's only going to be for a short period of time. You're going to be able to sustain that. Soon you're going to hate the toast, hate the Twixes and hate the gin and tonics because that's all you have in. You're not going to be feeding your body with the nutrition that it needs. So you're going to be mentally flagging, physically flagging and hating your life after a short period of time. So this is why it's really important for us to concentrate not just on the quantity of food that we're having, but the quality of the food as well. So number one is going to be calories. And then relating back to what I said in that original question about protein, then focus on your protein, because when you focus on your protein and hit the protein target that I just mentioned, then split the carbs and the fat however you want. It does not matter. So calories number one, and then go on to your protein, and how you split your carbs and your fat really does not matter, as long as you're hitting in a calorie deficit and getting as much protein in as you can to keep you fuller for longer. So that is ideal what you're looking for. So number one, protein. Number one, calories, Number two, protein. Number three, your food type. So making sure that the majority of the time you have a nutritious food that is going to give you the vitamins and minerals that you need, make you feel full, give you fiber. And another thing you do not have to worry about ever is meal timings. So a lot of people are like, oh my God, I just ate after 6 o'clock. This is terrible. I'm just going to put it all on my bum. This does not happen. Okay. What a lot of people worry about when it comes to evening eating, thinking that evening eating is what's making them put on weight. But generally what happens is this can be the most calorie dense time. So if you think about your day, however it may go, breakfast, lunch, dinner, maybe you skip meals all day because you're being good, which is bad, by the way. And you have your meal in the evening, and then you sit down in front of the TV, and then you're like, oh, I could do some munchies now. Or if you're like Deeks, you'll send me a text message saying, babes, bring some snackage up. Borat is on. And it doesn't mean that he's dressed up in a mankini. It means that he put Borat on the TV for us the other day, and it was rubbish, by the way. So, that is what happens, is we eat snacks, calorie-dense food, crisps, chocolate, have a glass of wine, couple of beers, whatever it might be. So you consume a lot of calories there. It's got nothing to do with the time. It's all to do with the calories. So that is the key thing there, not to worry about. So, original question, what percentage of protein to carbs or fruit to vegetable is best per day? Don't worry about it. Calories, protein, thank you for the love hearts, Deb, and mix the rest of your meals up then with lots of vegetables and fats and things you're going to enjoy from time to time as well. Okay. Next question. I am 41 and I cannot shift a pound. I am tired. I feel really sleepy when I'm eating my food. I feel constantly bloated. Is this pre-menopause? Now, I cannot tell you what is going on here because I do not know what you're doing. But what I'm going to make up now is a scenario based on typical people that I will chat with and typical scenarios, okay? So I could be completely off track here of assuming what this person is going through, but I'm going to do a general thing based on what my experiences are with people, okay? So people are tired because they are not going to bed at a sensible time. Actually, call to life, Finola, yes. They are tired because they're not going to bed at a sensible time. So what we really should get into good practice of is having, like a baby, a consistent bedtime. And a good one as well. So have a good bedtime routine. Then you will drift off better, hopefully sleep better. I know that there's a lot of people that do struggle with disturbed sleep. So look at some of your habits during the day and wake up then at a consistent normal time as well. So you get better sleep and you're working on your tiredness then. Also, look at your food choices. So why are you feeling bloated? Are you eating lots of ultra-processed, highly refined foods? Or are you eating something that just maybe isn't suiting you? So look at that. You need to pay attention to the food that you're eating. Sleepy when you're eating as well. You know, what is going on with your habits during the day? Are you having structure with your meals? So breakfast, maybe a snack, lunch, maybe a snack if you need another one, and an evening meal. So you're keeping your energy up. What is your lifestyle like? What are your working hours like? So are you working really hard? Have you got children that you're chasing around after and not serving yourself and taking time out for yourself? And I talk about all of this because these are the typical things that busy women do, okay? They are serving everybody else, looking after people, putting themselves at the bottom of the pile, feel too guilty to put themselves up here, which is a disservice to themselves and a disservice to their families, and not investing in their habits and simple habits like getting outside, having a walk and doing some regular exercise, getting some fresh air, taking some time out, having good nutritious food, staying hydrated, managing coffee consumption. Coffee's not bad, we can have it from time to time, but do make sure that you're not drinking it too late in the day because that might be disturbing your sleep. And you could be a top bragger like me and say, I can drink coffee and go to sleep, but it'll stop you having that disturbed sleep. Sarah, first live I've had too. Welcome to your live. Let me know as well as you're watching this, is this your first live joining in? And also if you've got any questions, please do pop them below. video, and I would really, really love it if you hit that share button, because lockdown people are struggling right now and they need some guidance when it comes to their nutrition. So let's not say already. It's very easy to look at excuses of saying, oh, I'm 41 now, it's got to be premenopausal, that's why this is happening. And then use that as an excuse for believing the story then that you're going to stay this way for the rest of your life, where actually it's just a load of BS. There are many things you could be doing your day to help and serve you to feel better without thinking, actually, is it to do with the menopause? And even when you go through the menopause, one of the girls watching this now, Deb, is like an absolute poster girl for menopause and various other things of she is losing weight and she is going through it. So it is just an excuse, girlies, which is brilliant news. It is brilliant news, as I call you out on your excuses, because what it means is that whether you're going through the menopause or not, you can still lose weight if you need to. You've just got to get in check some of your daily habits. Thank you for the likes there, whoever that is. Sean, I'm too tired to eat tonight. I've been up since 4:30. Well, I would say right now, well, it is really 5:30 because the hours went back, but it is a long day then, Sean, so take it easy. Think I'll need a good breakfast in the morning, a hectic day. Look after yourself, Sean, and get a good bedtime routine like we were just talking about. So there we go. That is my answer to being 41, can't shift a pound, tired, sleepy when eating food, bloated, and premenopausal. So that's the answer to that. Next question, supplements. Supplements. Is there anything good for the 40s club, or should a good diet suffice? And the answer is good diet should suffice. There are some supplements that I would recommend everybody take. Number one, vitamin D. This is going to be so important for us all. It really supports our immune system. We don't get out in the sunshine. We haven't got very much these days. So that is an essential vitamin. Every single person takes some vitamin D. This can help you with feeling tired and lethargic as well, by the way. If you're not eating oily fish like mackerel and sardines and things like that 2 to 3 times per week, I would recommend taking omega-3. This is going to be really good for your brain health and reducing inflammation. So that is something I do recommend. And the rest of it, I would just say, a good balanced diet. Protein at your meal, vegetables at as many meals as possible, a little bit of carbohydrates, some healthy fats there. Don't be scared of bagels or chocolate or alcohol. A little bit of this is absolutely fine. I give you a prescription to enjoy it, and you should never ever feel guilty about that, because when you have these guilty thoughts and feelings, it is disordered attitudes and behaviors around foods, and you tell yourself you're a bad person when you have them, and that creates a negative mental state, and then you think, why do I bother? I may as well give up. Not good. Not good at all. What's going on now? Wendy, I have 1 meal a day. I love Thai food and I take vitamins and plenty of water. Great stuff. I would eat more than 1 meal a day, but everybody's going to do what suits those. I would be Hank Marvin and constantly worrying about the next time I'm going to eat my meal. But obviously that is my personal preference. Caroline, what would be a good breakfast to energize me and fill me to start my day? If I get breakfast wrong, I find it affects my food choices for the rest of the day. That is a really good question. So, I'm going to tell you my personal preference. This does not mean that you should go and do it, but try it. So I, 95% of the time, will have protein porridge for many reasons. It is quick and easy. Very lazy girl here. I want quick, I want effective, I want to move on to my next thing, okay? I haven't got time to be standing in the kitchen doing stuff, so I just want something to be quick and efficient. So I put boiling water over 50 grams of oats. I stir that in. Then I put my whey protein in that, so that gives me my source of protein. Going back to question 1, helping to get the protein in the day, plus it's chocolate flavor, and that is always going to win. And I find it's very filling for me. And you can add lots of different flavors on top there, like berries and things of your choice. Of course, then you can have other things with protein in. You might prefer to have an egg-based breakfast. There's a lot of examples there, but making sure you have a good start. And breakfast is probably the one that you should really focus on trying to get your protein into, because a lot of people, if they're just eating toast and cereal, that's going to be very carbohydrate heavy, and get that protein in there to help you with your satiety and hitting that protein target that I mentioned at the beginning of the video then. And yes, if you get it wrong, it will affect the rest of your day, because what you might find is you'll get feelings of deprivation, your energy will slump, you won't be thinking clearly with your next food choices, and then it can all go downhill from there. So yeah, for many people, it can really affect how the rest of the day goes on. Jennifer Hall, is it true that you should eat every few hours? I never know whether to stick to 3 main meals or have a healthy snack in between. Okay, so I think I'm going to do a little bit of myth busting by here now. I have heard, and you might be referring to this now, that you should eat like every 2 hours to keep your metabolism stoked and everything. Crap. So basically, how you should eat should suit you and your unique lifestyle and your personal preferences. So the answer is always going to be, it depends. Now, some people may find that they would quite like to have an intermittent fasting strategy with their eating. It's not my personal preference, but it can work for people, and it can be very beneficial for people that are busy and they want to reduce their eating window then. So that would mean that they're not actually eating every few hours. They're actually going for a long period of time without any food. Now, if I was working with somebody that had an unhealthy relationship with food, suffered with binge eating, and really struggled to get their head around eating well and couldn't understand why they were losing weight, what I would do as a strategy then is work alongside that person of making sure that they actually do eat regularly throughout the day, and they never go any longer than 4 hours between meals. And the reason for this then is so that we don't get any of those feelings of deprivation from food. And when people feel tired, lonely, sad, anxious, all of these negative feelings, that combined with feeling deprived of food is a cocktail for a binge eating episode. So for anybody that's got an unhealthy relationship with food on any level, I would be looking at eating regularly throughout the day to keep structure and to make sure that good choices are made with those meals there. But no, if you want to have 3 meals per day, like for me as a person, I quite like 4 because I'd rather have smaller meals more regular so that I keep my energy quite balanced. But other people will find actually that doesn't suit my day. I prefer to eat 3 times per day. So there are no rules. There are absolutely no rules. Evidence and studies have shown that when it comes to meal timings, if you wanted to lose weight or be healthy, you can do it on 1 meal per day, and you can do it on 13 meals per day, as long as you are underneath the calories, if that's what you wanted to do is weight loss. So again, meal timing for us, general population, we don't have to worry about that. If I was working with an athlete or a sports person or something like that, that would be a different story then. Wendy, I've been up all night. You need to get to bed. Deb, calorie deficit. That is it. I take vitamin D and vitamin C. I love John West sardines as well. Nice, definitely. Get those down here. Sean, what protein do you use? I used to have the whey version, but it gives me a bad stomach. Not a clue why. Try and change it around. So the one that I use is a whey protein, and I just go to myprotein.com, just go there, myprotein.com or Protein Works. There's loads of brands out there. They're just 2 that I'm going to fire out at you. I've got absolutely no link to them, and I'm not going to make any money on that. So that's just who I buy them from. I like to have a chocolate one. If you find that the whey protein upsets your stomach, then maybe try an alternative. You can have lots of vegan ones out there, pea ones, hemp ones, in lots of different flavors as well. And see how you get on with that. You can also get a whey isolate. Try that. It might give you a little bit of a difference on that, and experiment, see how you get on. Finola, if I eat breakfast, I feel hungrier than if I skip it. If I do have it, it's always a protein base. Amazing. So yeah, what you might find is that some people do say when I have breakfast, I feel hungrier because like you digesting your food and then your body tells you when you're hungry again, like a little bit like you've broken the seal. But again, do what works for you. I don't recommend that everybody eats breakfast. I'm a breakfast eater, but Deeks, as an example, when he gets up, sometimes he's like, I couldn't stomach it first thing in the morning. So sometimes he has to leave it a little while until he has his breakfast. So this is where everybody is different. So don't think you've got to have breakfast at the start of your day. In fact, if you don't like breakfast and you feel like a little bit kind of nauseous in the morning and you want to lose weight, don't have it. Skip your breakfast, because you're saving yourself about 300 calories in the day then of a meal that you didn't want and didn't enjoy in the first place anyway. So again, every single one of us is different, personal preference. Thank you for the lovely information, helping people. Absolutely no problem, Wendy, my absolute pleasure. Anne-Marie, lately I get a bloated stomach. How can I prevent this, and what exercise is best, please? Okay, so for the bloated stomach, what I would say is you need to go on a little bit of a discovery session of writing down when you eat certain foods, how you respond. And those foods that are making you feel bloated, eliminate them and go for a couple of days without them, see how you feel, like anything that is triggering you. And then what you can look at is like, if you've stopped a couple of things, look at reintroducing one or two. So let's say, for example, now I'm just going to pick something like a tomato. So let's say now you thought tomatoes were making you feel bloated, so you removed that, and then you tried them again, and then you got that feeling back. You know that you need to try and stay away from those, as an example. And what exercise is best, please? There is no best exercise. The best exercise is one that you'll do consistently and get the benefits from. So that is going to be the answer on that one. Finola, I used to have the same problem. It was all to do with lactose. I now use on protein with water to reduce the lactose. And some people will get intolerances to that and feel that they respond. And this is where paying attention to how we respond is so important. So again, I can say to you here right now, have whey protein. You're like, oh, Tara says have whey protein. So then you have it, you're like, oh my God, I've never felt so bad since having that whey protein. Every single one of us is different. And there are alternatives and different versions out there for us all to make sure that the food we eat makes us feel good. We shouldn't be sapped of energy. We shouldn't be feeling sick. We shouldn't be feeling bloated. It should energize us and make us feel good. Are bananas okay for breakfast with blueberries and plain Greek yogurt? Yeah, anything's going to be fine. Greek yogurt is going to be a source of protein for you as well. Bananas are great for energy. Blueberries, great. It's a bright food as well, so you're going to get vitamins and minerals and antioxidants there, so all good. Okay, I have some more questions here as well that I'm going to get through. Okay, what is the best food to fill you up and is good for weight loss? So again, we're going to go back to protein. Like I've said, meat, poultry, fish, eggs, dairy, things like that, supplements. These are going to help you. You will get protein in other foods as well, but I've just described there the ones that are going to give you the most, okay, for your food thing, and good for weight loss. And then having your protein with lots of vegetables. Vegetables are going to be nutritious, high in fiber, great for your digestive system. They're going to be lower in calories than some other foods, and you can have a good volume of that, and it's going to help you feel full and satisfied for that goal of weight loss then. Next question, if we get the munchies, is there anything that when you've got the munchies, what is good to eat in volume? So a couple of things with this now. First of all, having a little munchie from time to time is fine. Okay, we can do that from time to time. It is very important for us to sometimes just relax, to sit in front of the TV, or to, do whatever, chat with friends, have a drink, have some food. This is nice. This is pleasurable. This is what life is all about, okay? It is all cool. However, what we've got to look at sometimes is if it's a habit that you're doing all of the time and you need to improve your lifestyle, you want to lose weight, etc., then you've got to look at why are you having these munchies? Is it an emotional thing? Is it a comfort thing? Is it something that you're doing all of the time? So really that would be a habit you need to work on. You don't want to be just doing these things all of the time because it's nice, and then you're like, but I feel really miserable and crap and I want to lose weight and I'm not losing weight. You need to pay attention to why are you having these munchies, and it's probably going to be an emotional thing. So look at your meals throughout the day and, how well you've eaten, how much energy you've given yourself, and is it just a mindless activity that you're getting involved with? But from time to time, it's going to be fine. And then if you wanted to do it, I just say go and have what you fancy. Have you tried the new What's It Giant ones, the hot, spicy ones? They're amazing. Just don't eat the whole bag, and chocolate. And if you want that, have the real thing. Like when you want that thing, and say it's a Friday night or a Saturday night, you've been really focused with your nutrition, you're doing really well, then have what you want. You can have things like, rice cakes and popcorn. I could reel off a load of, low calorie things. But you've also got to look at your relationship with eating here. Why are you doing it? Is it, a choice that you're making? Are you going to feel good after it? So we've got to look at our attitude around sitting down and having the munchies, our behaviours, how often are we doing this? Is it getting in the way of our happiness and our health? So that's where we're going to look at, do I really need to be engaging in this? And then when you are doing things like that, have whatever you fancy. That's what we should all be doing. Because when you have the alternative, you're never happy until you have the thing you actually want anyway. So if you're going to use up credits, if we want to label it like that, have something you really, really, really want, not something average. Something amazing. Okay, this is coming up to the last question now, guys, unless you've got any others that you want to ask. Sean, I put protein powder in my yogurt. Yep, that is going to give you a big bang of protein there. Awesome. Wendy, my exercise is walking my dog. Amazing. That is what dogs are so amazing for. Of course, for all the love and kisses that they give you. I haven't got a dog, but I would like to go out for walks with a dog, but then I wouldn't want the maintenance that comes with them. Anyway, struggling with controlling snacking. I'm 52 and I'm menopausal. Does this really mean that I'm going to be unable to lose weight? No. No. Okay, so the clue is already there in that question. Struggling with controlling snacking. So the menopause has got absolutely nothing to do with why you can't lose weight. It's the snacking, which has already been revealed. So sometimes, the clues are already there and there. So again, if you can't control your snacking, what are you getting up to during the day? Are you not preparing your meals? Are you literally grazing all throughout the day? Which means then that you never have a good satisfying meal. You're always chasing something else. You have no idea how much you've eaten, so you're actually in no position then to say, I've done this today to help me to lose some weight. Oh, but I'm going to blame my hormones and the menopause now because that's a cop-out and it's easy. Absolutely. Menopause is bum. And I'm not looking forward to having it at all. But hey-ho, let's not argue with reality because these things are going to happen to us women, isn't it? But understanding what goes on with our hormones and how we can get through menopause easier with a lifestyle and habits that serve us, then we know that we never have to use that as an excuse. And it's the same with like periods as well. If it's coming, do we use it as an excuse then to not do exercise and to eat everything and whatever, or is it a genuine thing? And for majority of the girls, I know it is going to be a genuine thing because it can be really rough for a couple of days beforehand and during. So this is where we really do need to look after ourselves, nurture ourselves, make our plans around exercise and nutrition around this and take it into consideration, because otherwise we're just having a battle every single month of why we can't control our cravings and feeling bloated and crap. So when it comes to being 52 and going through the menopause, do not worry about that. Your age and the menopause does not mean you can't lose weight. You can so lose weight, but it's the snacking that you need to control there. So like I've said earlier on in the video, and if you're only just joining in now and catching this, then please hit that share button and ask any questions below. But you need to control your snacking, which means you need to structure your meals better, pay attention to what you're doing on a daily basis, do some meal prep. Have you watched the live cooking show that I do? I've done a few now. We had an amazing one this Sunday. We had a glass of red, me and Dix did while we were doing it, half a glass because we're babies and we have small glasses. And we had, what did we make? Someone remind me. Teriyaki chicken, jerk spice salmon and prawns with coconut rice and a vegetable curry. So, this is the type of food that we can and should be eating, guys. So join in with that live cooking show, because all you're going to do is get the ingredients and follow us. In 40 minutes, all of your meals for the week are done. I've done no cooking. We did some cooking on Sunday, and all we're doing at the moment is taking our glass containers out of the fridge, and Deeks is heating his up, I'm not, and we're just eating. And those glass containers go straight in the dishwasher. So I've hardly washed a dish. That's amazing. Doesn't life sound so fabulous? But it does mean investing a little bit of time on a Sunday and getting up and doing something, even when you can't be bothered, because the investment long term is so much better. And you cannot put more value on sitting down in front of the TV than what you do in that food prep, because it's a short-term loss for a long-term gain there on your Sunday. It's good fun. Have a glass of wine while you're doing it. It's nice. Anne-Marie, thanks, hun. My pleasure. So there we go, guys. That is the questions. So just to recap before we finish, and again, please do comment below if you've got any questions. Hit that share button. Lockdown is rough, guys. And I know that people are struggling with boredom, eating, putting on weight, don't know how to get their heads around things. Share it. Get this out to your friends, because this information is vital stuff that we all need to know, and we can get through this, okay? I'm going to do the same again next week. So number one, I get stuck with protein, no idea how much I need. Watch this video back. What percentage of protein to carbs or fruit to veg is best per day? I've answered that. I'm 41. I can't shift a pound. I'm tired. I'm sleepy when I'm eating food. I feel bloated. Am I premenopausal? Supplements. Is there anything for the 40s club, or should a good diet suffice even? What is the best food to fill you up? If we get the munchies, what's good to eat in volume? And the last one, I'm struggling with controlling my snacking at the age of 52 and the menopause. Am I really unable to lose weight? This is what I've just answered, girls. Right, what is going on here with some questions? Will whey protein make you gain weight if you're not training regular? No. Calories, eating too many calories. So again, energy balance. Okay, guys, if I can, right, stay with me. I'm going to show you something from one of the slides on my my coaching sessions that I do. So watch this by here now. I want you to understand total daily energy expenditure. If I can get this up quickly. Okay, so here, watch this now, guys. Okay, so see this here, total daily energy expenditure, okay? So this is the percentage of energy, calories, that we would use on a day, okay? This is your BMR. Loads of calories there. That's just keeping you alive. Breathing, heart working, just your body doing everything it needs to stay alive, okay? NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So this is your movement during your day. Then you've got the thermic effect of feeding. This is the calories that you use when you're eating. And this is exercise activity thermogenesis, okay? Look how small that is compared to some of these things, okay? So if you are not exercising, you can reduce down your food in general, okay? So it's nothing to do with protein. It's calories in general. And very often people will think, oh, I've put on weight. It's got to be that protein that I started taking. Oh, I've put on weight. It must be the avocado that I'm putting in my smoothie in the morning. No one food is going to make you put on weight. It's an accumulation of calories over the day, no matter what they are made up of. So we've got to get away from being scared of food, of any type of food, and introduce it. So maybe a lot of people may think that whey protein will make them put on weight when they're not exercising, because when they look at the packets before, and maybe still now, have got big, massive bodybuilders on them. So you think, if I take protein, I'm going to look like that person. You are not. You are not going to look like that person. That person does an immense amount of training and eating, and maybe injects their eyeballs with stuff as well. So you are not going to be putting on weight just because of whey protein. Whey protein, one scoop of that is only 100 calories, and it's going to help you to stay full. So you will not put on weight if you're not training regularly. When you're training regularly, you need protein because it's going to help you with protein synthesis, which is building your muscles. And when I say building muscles, it's not making you massive, it's making you just a little bit toned and defined as well, if that's what your goal is and you're training for that. So don't worry, you still need protein. Protein is essential in our diet, and is not going to make you put on weight if you don't train. Eating too much is going to make you put on weight. Okay, fab, thanks, Sarah. You're welcome. Natasha, I'm really not a fan of fish, only tuna and salad cream. I see you eat salmon regular. Yeah, we have regular, in our house, we don't label ourselves as a certain type of eater. We will just have a variety of stuff. Sometimes we have beef, not that often. We have chicken quite a lot, turkey, we'll have fish, a mixture of stuff, for us to get different sources of protein. When it comes to fish though, we will have salmon, bassa. Have you tried bassa? Bassa is lovely. It's a white fish. It's very mild and it's really cheap as well. So you can try bassa fillets. Tuna's fine, mackerel's fine, sardines fine. Any white fish, try them, they're great. But again, stick to what you like. Only tuna and salad cream. So again, you're adding the salad cream in there, which is going to add, calories and sugars and all of that kind of stuff. So, get adventurous and try new things. But it doesn't just have to be salmon. You can have white fish as well, which is very mild. My pleasure, Wendy. Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca. And Sean just ordered my protein bars whilst watching this. Sean, we've got to get in the Life Transformer group now and make sure everyone's doing their steps today. We've got a little 3-day challenge, and Sean is going to be giving away some coaching. So you've got to be part of this group, guys. There's so much going on in there. Kimberly, how many calories a day should I be having? That I can't answer, and I can't answer for anyone, because when it comes to calories, number one, you need to take into consideration your height, your weight, your gender, your age, your activity status. And right now, I don't know any of that. You can go onto the internet and Google a calorie calculator. That is going to give you a guide, but let me kind of tell you this now. Weight loss is simple to know, but it is not easy because there are so many things to think about. So when people are going on about calories and how many calories have I got to have, we are not fixed. Okay, we are changing all of the time. We are dynamic. So one day we might only need this amount of calories, and the next day we might need more. So if I was to say to you, eat 2,000 calories, and you're not losing weight, maybe because you don't need it. And we've got to take into consideration things like metabolic adaptation. So when somebody has been dieting, the body will become more efficient. So you may need less calories than what you might have done before. Everybody is different. Everybody's lifestyle is different. So it is difficult. And this is why when I work with clients on an individual basis, I will take in everything into consideration, and we will tweak and amend and adjust until we get it absolutely right and get exceptional results. So that, I'm sorry, is not a very definitive answer, but you can go onto the internet and type in a calorie calculator to get a bit of a guide. Okay, Twinny, hello, I can see you've just joined. Tara, hi Tara, what an incredible name you have. Do you weigh the food? I don't weigh my food. I never weigh my food. I do not want to be obsessive about things like that. And I would really, really recommend that everybody gets a really good balanced approach to their diet of looking at low-hanging fruit, okay? So simple things like if you're drinking fruit juices that are full of calories or full sugar drinks or alcohol, go down to zero calorie drinks. If you're snacking and eating biscuits and crisps in the day, take those out, reduce them down. You know, all of these little things. There are simple low-hanging fruits that we can do during the day. You know, if you're going to weigh food, remember that it is going to be time-consuming. It has to be accurate. Studies have shown that people will underestimate how many calories they eat during the day and overestimate how many they've used up. And this is where that strategy cannot work for people. And plus, you know, obsessing over calories and numbers and data, you know, it's not very relaxed and free when it comes to eating. And it can get people thinking like very black and white. It can encourage unhealthy behaviors like, oh my word, I can't come to a restaurant tonight because I can't count the calories because I don't know what's going to be in there. You know, so you can see how this can have an effect on lifestyle then as well. So do a little bit of work to get a good idea of how many calories may be in certain foods. But again, it's not the route that I prefer to go down, although it can be handy. And with some people, if they like numbers, they like doing that, great, do it. Again, the answer is always going to be whatever floats your boat. Nicola, hi Tara, what do you think of keto? No, don't do it, because you are just eliminating all of your favorite things in life. So imagine going on keto and then you can't have bread, you can't have pasta, you can't have rice, you can't have alcohol, you can't have chocolate. Like, I am naming all of the wonderful things that I encourage my clients to enjoy. So basically, you know, keto is a strategy that a lot of people will use, and there's going to be people that are on the kind of keto bandwagon. This is the best thing I've done. I'll tell you a story. This one time I was with my friend Lisa. We were going to London. We were on the train and there were 4 girls next to me, and I could hear the one going, I'm on keto, this is amazing, you've got to do this. And she's preaching to all the girls of all of this, blah, 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 blah. And as they're doing this, they've got this big bag of pretzels in the middle of the table. So as they get off at Cardiff, all of them got up. The keto girl is like, we can't go without these. She's grabbing the pretzels, the bag of carbs, you know. So she's just been preaching to the girls about doing keto. Yeah, she's loving her pretzels. So I would not recommend it. It's going to be a short-term thing. You're going to make yourself more miserable. And, you know, what I would encourage you to do is get informed when it comes to nutrition, adopt a strategy that suits your lifestyle. And if you don't think you could do keto for the rest of your life, don't start it. Because you've got to learn that. So if you're going to invest some time in learn about having a balanced lifestyle and having vegetables and your favorite things. You know, restricting yourself and forbidding yourself is only going to enforce unhealthy attitudes and behaviors around food. So yeah, that is my opinion. Stay away. And anyone that tells you you've got to do it, or raspberry ketones, or blah, 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 blah. It's just all fad stuff. You're not going to stick to it. And it is bum. That is my official response to that. Jade, are fruit smoothies, including celery and spinach, made with a blender, good for you, or is it too much sugar? Yeah, fine, absolutely fine. Again, you know, celery is going to be good for you, spinach is going to be good for you. You know, don't worry about sugar in celery and spinach. There's probably far bigger things. And like what you can see here now, guys, okay, and these are really brilliant questions, guys, and I'm so glad that you're asking them, because I know that while you're asking these, you are helping other people, because they might be thinking it as well. Focus on the big rocks. So a lot of people will be like, oh my word, shall I not have the sugar in this, or shall I try this? And it's like, just focus on, you know, simple things. Make it easier for yourself, because when you make it easier for yourself, you're far likely to stick to it. So, you know, instead of having 8 biscuits one day, have 4. You know, reduce things down and do yourself a favor by trying new recipes. Get vegetables and stuff into a slow cooker. You know, have a variety of food. When you start fearing foods and eliminating foods, or really kind of looking too in depth at something, when there's much bigger things to be putting your focus on, then, you know, look at the basics. The basics will always serve you, and the basics will help so many people on a general level, no matter how old you are, no matter what gender you are, no matter how active you are or inactive, this is what we should be doing, is focusing on the basics, guys. And, somebody, and even people in my industry, like the health and fitness industry is not regulated. The supplement industry is not regulated. Somebody can go and do a 6-week personal trainer course online and have like 5 minutes of nutrition thing. And then the next minute they go in and write in meal plans for people. And people are putting their health in their hands, and this is not good, and it is not serving anybody. And then they'll be saying you need to buy this fat strip supplement, and you need this supplement, and you need that one, and all it's doing is taking your hard-earned money and your attention off what is more important. So guys, I'm only going to be here to serve you with education for the rest of your life, and I encourage you to go to your favorite supermarket to buy your food. I am not telling you to go down the route of buy this pill or buy this potion because I'm going to get a percentage out of it. And you've got to look and be really savvy with what you're looking at and the information that you're getting from people. I tell you what I'm going to go off on one about now is, what did I see the other day? One of my friends screenshot something, okay? And this girl had put get satisfied without feeling guilty. Like as if being satisfied from your food should make you feel guilty. Do not feel guilty for eating food, guys. You need food to stay alive. Okay, you need food to stay alive. There's no wonder there are so many women out there that are petrified of every meal that they eat, just in case it's the wrong one, because somebody comes along then and says you can eat this and you don't have to feel guilty. You should not feel guilty for anything. You shouldn't feel guilty for wine. You shouldn't feel guilty for chocolate. You shouldn't feel guilty for carbs, because we need food to eat to stay alive, guys. And enjoy it as well. So when we educate ourselves on food being good for us, and we should never be scared of anything, this is so important. And look at what these messages are saying, because this girl that said eat this and feel satisfied without any guilt is pushing a product on you. And again, all it does, it enforces unhealthy relationships with food, because the underlying message then is that you should feel guilty for eating carbs, and you should not. You shouldn't feel guilty for anything. It's a choice, and you should move on away from it. 10,000 people died in America, from a stat that I saw in 2018 to 19, from eating disorders. This is serious stuff, guys. This is not something that somebody should come along on a pyramid scheme and push a pill or a tablet on you to make you feel full, or because you should feel guilty for eating carbohydrates. It is wrong, and there's no wonder people's heads are messed up and they're confused about what to have, because when they're scrolling on social media, they're seeing these vultures pushing products down people's necks with absolutely no integrity or care about the state that they're going to be leaving people in afterwards, when they then are scrolling and comparing themselves to other people, fitness fanatics, and all of these people that look amazing and wonder why they can't do it themselves, spending hundreds of thousands of pounds on products that are not working for them. Then no wonder they've got no belief in themselves, because everything failed them so far, and it was going to, because the method was never going to work. So again, we've got to learn to eat well and understand the basics, guys. Tara got ranty then. Sean, I did this years ago. It takes hours and it can get obsessive. Absolutely. Balance is what we want. Clap in there, Wendy. Love this, Tara. It's given me a kick up the butt not to be too hard on myself. Yes, Kerry. And too many are too hard on themselves. Doing everything for everybody else and not leaving any appreciation for themselves, lacking belief in themselves, not working on improving their self-worth. I put a video on my Instagram earlier on about weighing scales, because I know that girls are so obsessed with weighing, that number means so much to them, that they think that when that changes, it's going to make them happy. And it's not true. Multiple weighing during the days is unhealthy, and weight loss is coming from a place of sheer desperation, and we need to stop all of that. We have to embrace a healthy lifestyle and be supported and never feel bad for enjoying ourselves either. Deb, I've learned I do not ever need to do all those fad diets again. I just need to be a dazzling transformer, which is exactly what you are, Deb. Deb is one of our life transformers and has literally transformed everything and is amazeballs. Sarah, thank you for the motivation. My absolute pleasure. Hi, Tara. What do you have for breakfast? Protein porridge most of the time, because it's easy. It keeps me full. I'm busy. I've got to get on from one thing to the other, and it's simple. So that's what I have. Sean, don't start me off on those people. Most of the time they talk crap. Yeah, they absolutely do. Beth, love a Tara rant, so much sense. Yes. Tough Tara, eh? Wendy, that's me sometimes. I'm afraid to eat some food and got an eating disorder. I had it for years. And this is exactly that, because of mixed messages, because of the toxic diet culture that gets into women's brains and makes them feel not good enough, and that they're failures and that they're losers because they can't stick to something. They can't stick to the celery diet. They can't stick to the keto diet. They can't stick to intermittent fasting. They can't stick to, the tablet that girl down the road is selling now. It's ridiculous. It really winds me up when these girls, start pushing things. It's like, oh, want to lose weight? Drinkair. I'm selling it for ages. Oh, day 4 of drinking air. I feel so good, Anyway, love the rant, Tara. Love you, Tara. Sean, I Weigh podcast is inspirational. What we are holistically is what is important. Who asks what you weigh? Yes. What's the name of the girl? That's Jamila Jamal? Is that it? Have I said that right? I don't know. Kerry, I absolutely lovely lose. No, I can't talk now. It's getting late in the day. I've been up since 5:30. I absolutely love this message you're sending out. You've motivated me. Love, love, love with the guns out. And yes, this is it. We've got to stick together, guys. We've got to look out for each other. We've got to support each other. And we need to get, really kind of aware of what's going on social media and what people's intentions are. So my intention is that you will leave me in a better place than what you found me, with hopefully a little bit of inspiration and a bit of education and some motivation to do something great for yourself. And if you see somebody that's going from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other, and it's like, what is that person selling now? Then you just need to delete and block. Drinkair. Sarah, I hope you've been drinking your air. Litres of it. I can sell you some if you want in a bottle. And it'll go to my sponsors, and the ones above there and the ones above there. We're all going to take a cut out of it. Yes, Jamil Jamal, don't drink it. Well, do, but don't pay for it. Oh, Sarah, you definitely motivated me. Okay, and here we go. I'm going to answer my last question from Emily J. I'm type 1 diabetic. I was told I shouldn't eat this and that, but I do just don't go over the top. We all need to enjoy eating different things. Just enjoy being you. Absolutely, Emily. And you know what? I think that is an amazing way for me to finish off this. And I knew that Deb was going to jump in, but there now. Deb is also type 1 is absolutely smashing it. So, that is the thing. We've got to enjoy what we eat, guys. We've got to have a sensible approach to it. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. And if you've got any questions, send them my way. I really do hope that this has helped this evening and motivated you. I am next. What day is Wednesday? So my coaching is going to be with the Life Transformers next tomorrow. Saturday morning, live. I'll be doing a workout with Deeks. We'll probably do a live cooking show on Sunday, motivation on Monday, and I'll be back here next Wednesday throughout this lockdown, doing a nice little nutrition chat as well. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. What I would really appreciate is that you give this post some love, hit the share button, because I guarantee some people that need to watch this evening and would really benefit from it. So let's share the love, guys. Yes, you have motivated me. Thank you. We'll message you tomorrow. Good night, Natasha. Yes, please make sure you do it. I'll be waiting for you. Take care, guys. Enjoy your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.